Former Secretary of State John Kerry could be considering a second bid for the White House. According to a new report from the Jerusalem Post, Kerry told an associate to Palestinian leader Mahmoud Abbas that he might, meaning John Kerry, might challenge President Trump in 2020. And he asked for Abbas to, quote, stay strong and not give in to Trump. Here to react, radio talk show host and author of the new book, What Really Happened, Howie Carr. Howie, thanks for being here. So in addition to what he said, what was reported in the Jerusalem Post, it is also said that John Kerry said this about President Trump. He said he may not even make it through his first year. So here you've got the former Secretary of State at Davos saying to the leader of the Palestinians, don't listen to our president, stay strong and resist him. What do you make of this?
Well, I think it's only to be expected. I'm not surprised at all. I think John Kerry still believes, with no evidence, that he was robbed of the presidency in 2004, that the election was somehow stolen in Ohio. And so this is his own personal Russian collusion fantasy. And, you know, he's angry, I think, at Donald Trump. I think there are a lot of politicians in his age group. He's 74 years old. People like Mitt Romney, John McCain. They can't believe Donald Trump is president, and they're not. And he's bitter. And I think another fact here, Pete, is that his two legacies, such as they are as Secretary of State, one was the Paris Climate Accord, and the other one was the Iranian nuclear deal. The Paris Climate Accord is already DOA, and it's clear to everyone the Iranian nuclear deal is a disaster. So I think he's bitter about that. And finally, I think it's not a coincidence that all this happens the week of the Davos economic summit. I mean, there was nothing John Kerry loved more than jetting around the globe on his State Department 747, lecturing everyone on global warming. And you know, now he's yesterday's news, just hanging out at one of his second wife's first husband's trust funds mansions around the world.
Well, you know, the elites are his peeps. I mean, we know this about John Kerry. Davos is his safe space. But, you know, you also pointed out in some of the thoughts you sent us before the segment, this is not the first time he's dabbled by himself. As a lieutenant during the Vietnam War, after he threw his medals into the river, he went to Paris to try to undermine peace talks there as well. So not a big surprise.
Right. He was actually in uniform at the opening of the Paris Peace Accords in when the North Vietnam was negotiating with the U.S. I mean, you know, they go after Donald Trump for the supposedly violating this obscure Logan Act that nobody's ever been prosecuted under. I mean, what was that in the 1970s, and what is this almost 50 years later? This is an individual negotiating on behalf of the United States.
I got to say, Howie Carr, it would be very interesting to see John Kerry run for office. Amusing, at least, if he ran in 2020. Sir, thanks for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Pete.